woman named, I think her name is Karen Stevens, right? But her nickname was Superhead.
Her nickname was what?
Bro, y'all ever heard of Superhead before?
Superhead.
Nah, that's not real life.
Y'all haven't heard of Superhead before?
Life,
bro, where have y'all been?
Watch the interview, and she brought up, like, they were blasting her in the comments, like, wow, what a elegant way to explain, being a hoe or whatever. But her logic was kind of valid, and it made me question, like, or rethink a lot of things, or a lot of ideas I had in my head. So I'm gonna read through some of that. So she was talking about slut shaming and how men get praised for it and women get bashed for being good at sex and also not being good. So if she's good, we're like, nah, she's too good. She's this, she's that. If she's whack, or she gets called a dead fish or something. And it's treated as if the woman is in the wrong or a certain way if she is experienced, and there's a double standard, and how women have a sexual prowess / power, and that's a real thing. And with great power comes great responsibility. You just gotta know how to use it and who to use it with. And then she was saying how, like, men have this fantasy of being with a virgin, and she was saying if a guy has been with, like, if I was the only guy that the girl has been with, then she doesn't really have a scale to judge him off of. Whereas let's say she's been with 10 or 15 men, then it's like, okay, she can tell you, like, on her scale whether or not you were good or not. And she was tying it back to how men have the ego of wanting to be the best or whatever. And when a woman is experienced and, like, let's say they get bodied by her, their ego is gonna be hit. So
that's a fact.
That's when they get angry, and then once you get angry, you start calling people names. But really, it's just you mad because she put that thing on you.
Yeah.
That you couldn't.
Your ego is being tested.
I was like, word, like, because you remember the lock and key theory, right? Like, oh, there's a master key to locks, but there's no master lock. So it kind of like matters that. Like, I feel she was making a good point, man. Like, make this sexual thing such a weird taboo thing. I think it's because most of us grow up in like a religion where that's the case, and that's kind of like, or even a society that is religious more or less, and that's the case. And it kind of makes sex this like you're taking something from the woman, where in reality, like, if you think about it, you're entering her home or like her body. So it's not like you're really taking anything. If anything, she's taking you, but whatever. I'm not going to try and get too deep in it, but you guys can let me know how you feel about that.
Bro, the way I feel is like, yo, you can make anything sound nice. First and second of all, bro, if it's not your journey, like, it's not your journey. I'm not gonna knock you because we're not taking the same path. If that's what you want to do and that's what makes you happy.
Oh, you know what? I apologize. I should have done this first. All right, so Superhead, she got her name because she was really good at head, and she kind of went through like the rap industry and like with other celebrities, messing around with them, and her, I guess.
I'm surprised I never heard of her before.
Her name got bigger, and then like a lot of celebrities messed with her, and she ended up writing a book where and she didn't even change the name. She wrote a book.
She outed everybody.
Where, like, basically blasting dudes, like, who got this, who got that, who did this, who did that. And they were high. Like, they were calling all kinds of names. Like, that's not true, blah, blah, blah. But she had receipts, so it was just like, ooh.
Yeah.
Couldn't really.
Honestly, I think a lot of people need to start owning up to what they do, bro. Like, yo.
I agree, man.
That's a fact.
It's all right. Nobody's perfect. Yo, we need to get rid of this perfect complex that we need to be perfect, bro.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get tired.
With celebrities. They are still human beings. Like, they got their things that they do that we may not like or may not be our steez.
It's real life. This is real life.
Yeah, I heard of her name before, but I never heard of like her actual story. But
Bro,
in high school, definitely heard about her.
you definitely one thing you did you watch any video with her talking about? Did she talk about Lil Wayne at all? Lil Wayne at all in that interview? Because there's other videos.
Yeah, just a little bit. I didn't watch that one, but she did mention
Yeah.
him a little bit.
There's one where she talks about Lil Wayne and some stuff. That maybe one day we could another episode, or maybe later we could talk about how she was about that, because I thought that was crazy. But I mean, this people going, if you don't like be a hoe, be a hoe. It's not like people might look at it negative, but me
But
personally,
should we call
I'm
that?
thinking,
should we use that term though? That's the thing too. Like we use these terms, bitch, hoe, whore, harlot. Like
I try to only use it when it actually applies. Like,
so what's the situation where it would apply?
Like if some you see there's a girl or a man, because a bunch of dudes do it too, that just go around from person to person, sleeping with them, doing whatever, with no intentions of whatsoever of having forming something like a relationship or something like that with that person. Just going from person to person. This, that's what I look at it as. And it's just sometimes that's what people got to do. It's not what I would do.
What's interesting?
Yeah.
Like the way the slut shaming thing that or the slut walk that Amber Rose has, right? Which is women taking the word and putting it in a good light and almost like a compliment.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing that black people did with the N-word. It's kind of interesting how that goes.
You saw that play, Tiger. Saw that play coming.
The moment he said, "You know what's interesting?" I said, "Oh, I bet
you broke.
Trying to get into this."
You broke
sure
for
enough. Sure enough.
Yeah, people take these words back to try and flip it and give them.
But I would say the difference is, and I hate to be the buzzkill or devil's advocate. The difference is the fact that word was originally an African word that was then taken by Caucasians. Inability to say the real word.
Yeah.
They created it into another word, and we just took it back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I think about it. But at the end of the day, bro, no matter what term you come up with to talk about being sexually free, especially for women, bro, is gonna get turned into a negative term because majority of the world views women being free with their bodies as a negative thing because they cannot control it.
Yes, there you go.
For sure. And no matter what, America is just one country in the world, and it's one of the youngest countries. So you still have all these countries in Europe that still probably look at women in a way as progressive as they may want to seem, in a way that even if America, even say if this is just us talking here, but even if all of America adopted a way to not look at women in the same way that women were previously looked at in the last millennium, even if we looked at women more as equals and didn't look down on them, we're still only one country. So you're still going to have a bunch of influence from other countries.
That's a fact, especially with religion, bro.
Yeah,
religion
exactly.
is going to be the biggest suppressor.
I didn't get to that part.
Think about.
I didn't get to that yet.
I don't want to be negative or anything like that, but the way some women in the United States view the Muslim traditions is it's highly oppressive, and the fact women have to cover themselves and things of that nature. So it's there's always going to be opposition.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. And in some way, shape, or form, people are gonna try to look down on something for some reason.
Exactly.
And that's just people's nature as humans to try to look at something someone else does.
Bro,
as
it's
negative.
Just two sides. It's two sides to a scale.
Yeah, and when
if you got a left hand, you got a right.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have, you have women that are saying they're sexually free, you're gonna have women of some sort. They could be in the same country or same community, that will look down upon them because they don't believe that is right. And when you have
That's a fact.
everyone policing each other, trying to police what that person does is right or wrong, when in reality, if that what that person is doing isn't harming anybody, killing anybody, it's not hurting someone.
That's how we need to move with everything, bro. If my
actions,
right
if your
are
actions or if
not
your
are
deeds,
not oppressing
yeah, exactly, yes, oppressing,
anybody in any physical, mental, spiritual way, bro, I say let it rock. And it's none of your business.